Hey gang, what is up? It is TJ here. I hope that you're having a great day, and if you're on, then I hope that it gets better. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about why I believe that journaling is a really important hobby and why I think that you should do it as well. So let's get into it. The first point I want to talk about is my reasons for keeping diaries, because I actually have two. I have this just classic everyday one, and I also have this little one which I'll go into a bit more detail on later. But for now, I just want to talk about the page per day kind of a diary and why I keep one. I've actually been keeping these for like a few years, but I've never actually fully completed one. And we're kind of nearing the end of August as I'm recording this. So, fingers crossed that this 2025 diary will be completed until December 31st. Why I keep it is mainly like my main reason is honestly because when I'm like 80 or something and I'm going through storage and then I'll find this and I'll reread it and I'll see how stupid I was. That is my main reason for keeping a diary, I'll be honest. But also, it's so nice to have a written record of your day, even if you didn't even do anything, because you've always done something, even if it's just writing, I had a shower today. That's still something that you've done that you're able to write down, because I've written down so many times, oh yeah, I've done kind of nothing today, or today's been really boring, but then I've still managed to fill the whole page, So there's always something that you can write about. And I always write in mine like just before I go to bed, and that's kind of how I finish my day and kind of just how I end things. And I listen to music literally all the time, like 24/7, it's always on. But I always turn it off when I'm writing in like my books and stuff because I feel like music affects your like opinion and your mood, obviously. But then if that's off, then it's just exactly how I feel in that moment, if that makes sense. And also like there's no distraction or anything. So say if you went into like a notes app on your phone or a journaling app or whatever, something like that, then there's what is it, like autocomplete or word suggestions. So then, there's always something there that could potentially keep you from saying what you actually want to say, if that makes sense. If it's just giving you word suggestions and then not really giving you the opportunity to just say exactly what you want, if that makes sense. And also, it's so nice to have like a tangible physical object that you can, touch and turn the pages of and then get a pen and write in and all of that. I feel like it's so important to do that, especially at the end of your day, just right before you're going to sleep. Something for me is that I feel like I can't finish a day unless I've written down or told someone everything that I've done in that day, because then it feels like it's all summed up, it's all completed, I've just done everything, and then, I can go to sleep. I'm finished, I've done with the day because I've written down everything that's happened. And that might just be a me thing, but I don't know, you might relate to it. So I would say that those are like my main few reasons is just a record of everything for the day. I can look back on it when I'm older and see how stupid I was probably being. And it's a nice tangible object that I can, hold and get out whenever I want. And there's no autocorrect or word suggestion or anything. It's just my writing and my thoughts. And I don't know, it's just a nice thing to do. It's a nice hobby, I feel. I want to talk about this book, which is different to my everyday diary because this one I do write in it every single day, but I only write the good things that happened. It's literally called my book of highlights, I think. And I write in it every day. I usually aim for about 5 or more points. Just they can be really little things like, I had a shower today, I brushed my hair, that kind of thing. Like I went out, I got dressed, that kind of thing. Even if it's just a little thing, it's a good thing. So write it down. And I always write in there before I write in my normal diary because then when I'm writing in there, I'm kind of focusing on more positive things. And I've had this since June this year. I really, really like it, and I really like doing it. It's just writing a few bullet points, short bullet points of just the good things that happened in the day. And it's like only the good things. I'm not allowed to include the bad things, as like a rule to myself. As cringy or whatever, I don't care, as it like might sound. It is like really nice to just focus on the positive things that I've done in a day. And there's like, it's only me reading it. There's absolutely no pressure whatsoever for me to share it with like other people. No one else is going to be reading it, I hope. Um, and like, there's no pressure at all. It's just me wanting to do it, so I do it. Like, I don't have to write in there every day. If I truly think that nothing good has happened, then I don't have to write anything. I don't have to write 5 points. I could write 3 points or 1 point. It doesn't matter. So no matter how small or how big it is, it can go in the book of highlights. And I love that. Yeah, so, here is a page. There's 4 days in it. And all of the dates are highlighted. I usually get about 4 days across 2 pages, although sometimes it's like more or less depending on how many points there are. Here you can see highlights, a book of positive memories, and I just like it. It's a nice thing to do to end my day, and I really, really would like to encourage people to do the same, honestly. And like, you don't need to buy a brand new notebook like I did. You can like literally just use any piece of paper, and you can use a sticky note if you want. If you want something a bit less permanent, you can just jot down all of the positive things that happened to you. It's really, really easy. And if you've forgotten something, then you can come back later, write it down. You can always do that. That's okay. There's literally no rules if it's only you reading it. You don't have to. I just think it's a nice routine for me to have, because I really like routines. It gives me like a feeling of completion, that I finished the day, and just consistency, and getting into, the whole like mindset of thinking more positively or something like that. I don't know. I definitely believe that you should keep diaries as well. Hopefully, this video has made you feel a bit inspired about diarying and journaling, and perhaps you now want to start a diary in 2026, or perhaps you now want to start a little journal filled with bullet points of just the positive things that happened in your day. Whatever it is, I hope that you're now feeling a bit inspired and maybe have some ideas. Or, maybe you don't, and that's okay. Maybe you just want to write stuff in your notes app. That's fine too if you don't want to go out and buy a notebook or some sticky notes or whatever. But, anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Please do, like, subscribe, comment, all of that. I will really, really appreciate it. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.